Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Sunday Night Live. It's gonna be one of the last few ones of the month and the year and forever. What what we're gonna do tonight, as you can see I have Dwayne with me. We're gonna do a little reintroduction of each other since there have been people that don't necessarily know Dwayne or they ask certain questions that we've answered before. So we're going to do that. Plus, of course, hit some other topics along the way.
Sounds good.
With that being said, Dwayne, anyway, we'll start with you since it's my channel. If they watch enough of my videos, they'll know who I am. But you're more or less still new to the crowd performer or content creator.
Yep, exactly. I don't have my own station or channel, so that makes it so that I don't spend as much time in front of the camera. So anyway, my name is Dwayne Hale. I am Mothership Products is my my store name, well, my business name, I should say. Let's see, what else should I tell them about myself? I'm already at a loss here. Some people just put MSP when they're talking in the chat, just because they don't want to type out Mothership Products, which is completely fine with me. I know who that is. I mean, I know that's me. I'm from Bountiful, Utah, which is a little suburb of Salt Lake, about 5-10 miles north. I'm a part-time reseller. I do have another source of income that takes up most of the better of 40 to 50 hours a week. So that's my primary income. But reselling has been a big portion of my family's life. For let's see, we opened a business in 2012, but we had been doing other things for a couple of years before that. I'd been buying and selling on eBay probably since about 98, but it was just sporadic over 98, 99, right near the beginnings. But I went probably hardcore in 2012 is when I really started doing it more as a business instead of, trading cards or getting rid of things or buying air compressors or whatever. So, let's see, what else you guys want to know? My wife's name is Heather. I have 3 children. One is Ian, and he is, let's see, what year is it? 23. Married with a wonderful wife named Catherine. My second child is Natalie. She's 18, and I will trade her right now straight across for a 12-pack of beer. Anyone? Anyone? I don't even care about the taste of the beer. No, I love my daughter. She's just an 18-year-old girl, so things are a lot it's a lot different than raising a boy. Let me just put it that way. And then I have a son, my youngest son, who is 16, and he's on the autism spectrum, on the high functioning side, so he's not severely disabled, but he does have some learning disabilities, and it's sometimes it's a challenge to get him to focus on everything. I'm currently looking for a house because we're looking to move closer to my my daytime income stream. Right now I commute for about 45 minutes each way, which means it's an hour and a half for me to fall asleep at the wheel, or an hour and a half that I could be at home when the sun is still up. So, got anything else, Chris, I should say?
Well, you did tell me that you're going to try focusing more on your business starting tomorrow.
Yeah, I've been really focusing on buying a house. I'm kind of I don't do multiple tasks really well. I usually am kind of focused on one thing at a time. So I think I will put a little bit more time into my business for a while, because it's been severely lacking. down to like 150. What did I say? 153 listings or something like that. And I haven't listed anything for a couple of weeks. So I'm 154 listings. And I haven't listed anything for a couple of weeks. So it's taken a side burner kind of thing for a bit. But luckily, one of the great things about this business type is that it is fluid, and you can kind of take a time off if you need to, or whether it's for mental health reasons, or you need to get away from it, or like me, I had something else, so it kind of carries through. So
Yeah, because when you were talking about that, we've been talking lately, and I mean, yeah, you're helping with the show and stuff, but I tell you, a lot of my aches and stuff like that with other things that I do. It's like something I'm like, do I really want to keep doing the show? Do I really want to keep doing this type of thing? Do I want? Because at times when I told you this before the show, when I'm doing something like when I'm getting into poker, I'm really into trying to better myself at it.
Right.
So when I'm trying to do it, my mind's here, I'm here doing the show in or reselling combination. So
right.
I'm trying to break up the two because I see the poker, even though I have to go out, I can use some of that money to either pay more bills if I don't make sales, or I can even go buy more stuff.
Right. Exactly. And that's like I said, I'm very one-minded. I struggle multitasking at times. My brain just is more detail-oriented and much better when I do one thing at a time. That's why I could never be a stay-at-home mom, among other reasons, obviously physical reasons, me being a man. But the stay-at-home moms that can do like 12 things at once boggle my mind. I just don't even get it. I'd be so confused and ripping my hair out, and I don't even know. So my wife is a stay-at-home mom and has been for most of my kids' lives. I think my son was 2 or 3 when she quit doing her thing and just focused on the children. And we got to ruin them right. We don't want to ruin them wrong. You raise them. So who do we got in this chat?
Well, we got lots of people. We got Mike, we got Henry, we got Barb, aka Going on Grumpy. We have Texas Star Tanya just came in. We have
Hey Tanya.
GGH Pick said that it's hard part time. They do it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what we have here. Usually you're the one that does this. We got Coco Chanel, Parrot Head, and Not So Perfectly Me. They're all talking about their teenage girls, telling you they understand your pain.
Yep. I know Angie was at the top. She was like number 2. I think she was trying to get number 1, but Henry still beat her.
Yep.
So.
And we got, let's see. I think that's Glenn's here. And I think that and Sherry, the honeybee treasure.
Okay, very good. Well, if for those that just got here, this is kind of a reintroduction to myself and Chris, for that matter. We've come across a couple people that watched the show and didn't know exactly who I was or what I was doing on the show. So we thought we'd go through it a little bit more. And, anybody that has any questions can type them in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Let's just go from there.
Yeah, we had somebody that wrote to me asking who about Dwayne, and I told him you can go back and watch one of the My Life series that I did on the Sunday night before we started doing this. And that's part of my thing. Is when it starts to die out, where I want to change things, I have to come up with different ideas to not necessarily just entertain, but also to educate. So that was part of the My Life series, was trying to educate people what their lives were like before they became resellers, if they weren't resellers all their life.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, I really liked that series because it really you got to know people at a little bit different depth than what you normally do. I mean, we talk to people in the chat and we know their names, we know a little bit about them a lot of times, but when you did those My Life series, you kind of got a little bit more info on the person, and it kind of brought the community together a little bit. I really liked it.
it really depended on how far that person wanted to go. Because
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, and that's what it was nicely done that way.
I know there's certain people I wanted to have on it because of what they've gone on in their life. They're like, I don't even want to risk talking about it because it might open up something. So I respected that, and I'm like, okay, I'm not even gonna ask you again. That's the one time. So if anybody out there wants to do it on My Life, we may not be doing it on a Sunday because we will be moving our show to Sunday nights on the 31st. We're going to start right then and there on the 31st. We're going to have a holiday type of party or whatever. I'll have a couple people on and whatnot. We're not going to necessarily talk business, but figure what better way to start with the new year with the bringing back an old show.
Yeah, sounds like a great idea. Any chance to celebrate is a good thing for me. Sharky Mom, your question: how long have you been full-time reselling? Is that correct? Full-time? I don't full-time. I'm still part-time. Like I said earlier, I have a full-time income stream that takes up 40 to 50 hours a week. So I'm just part-time at this time. When I was unemployed for a short time in 2013, and my reselling business kept us afloat until I got another job. So it was pretty good. It worked out well.
And we are still debating on what we're going to have for a name for our Wednesday night show only.
Right. I put out the word again to my requested guest, but I'll have to go back and look and see if I heard from him yet. He just answered me and said, "Yep." What time was it again? 9 o'clock Central, correct? Chris?
Yep, it's 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock my time, then 7 o'clock Pacific.
Right. So the person that we had set up that I just conferred with was Resale Rabbit, John Dugan. I don't know how he says his name. Dugan, I think. So he'll be the one that we'll talk with next Wednesday. So in a couple days here. He's for those of you that do or don't know, he went by Resale Rabbit for a long time. He would go around the country in his minivan, basically, and do FBA, retail arbitrage, and that's how he made his living for a couple of years. He was always in his van, traveling around the country, and he came through Salt Lake a couple times, and we'd meet up for dinner or whatever as he was passing through. So. And then about a year ago, he decided to settle down and buy a brick and mortar store and dump a bunch of his savings and dump a bunch of money into it and see if he could make a go of a brick and mortar store. And then, unfortunately, here recently, he said he's going to have to close that up because it was a little bit, it didn't work out for him. And that's one of the things we wanted to talk to him about. So, what made him decide to go the route he went, and maybe some of the pitfalls that he came across that to help some of us not make the same mistakes.
Exactly. We can have that's one of the pitfalls of doing it on the road and changing things, because everybody changes their business sometime, somehow, and they either goes bad and you gotta go back to what you were doing, or you have to say, okay, I'm scrapping this all together and starting fresh.
Right. Well, and everybody in the chat says, that it sounds like a dream job and it'd be so much fun. And I think it would be fun to a point. Maybe if you're a single person, it wouldn't be so bad. But even still, I think it would get lonely. traveling that much. I mean, I can understand taking, a week off and just, getting in an RV and going. But when he, he did it for years on end. I mean, I think he would kind of go back to his home base, which I believe he was from Wisconsin. But for the most part, he was just on the road. So I don't know, I don't know if I could do that even as a single person, but, definitely not with a family, unless you brought the whole family. And then you'd probably read about me in the paper about, murder, suicide, and on the road in an RV or something. So I don't think that would be too good.
Okay, I gotta read this comment from Parrothead.
Okay.
He said he bought a Chromecast on Black Friday to stream YouTube to his TV. Pretty cool watching you guys on a 60-inch TV instead of my 15-inch laptop.
Oh man, that is a whole lot of ugly. 60 inches. Woo! That's scary.
Yeah. I've watched some of the YouTube channels. I might when I've had problems when I have Facebook up or I'm trying to watch a live show. Sometimes I'll put the live show on the TV and I can still comment in the chat.
Yeah, that's
on their laptop.
That's crazy. I have I'm on a desktop with about a 22-inch screen, and that's plenty. So if does anybody in the chat have any other questions?
Is there anything else you want to know about me? Like I said, most of you all watched me. I don't know how many new viewers we're getting each week, so it's hard for me to know what people know of me.
Right. Yeah. Any good questions for Chris? I mean, he's got a story too. It says, I'm just reading the chat. Sorry if it's quiet.
Yeah, I was going to see what Chicago was saying, but
yeah, me too.
I know that somebody asked us, asked me, I should say, not us. But I say us because it's our show now.
Oh, cool.
They asked me if we ever did a show on shipping heavy, big items. And I said, we haven't yet because I haven't shipped anything big. And I don't know of anybody in our community that I know of that does it specifically as for their business. So it's kind of hard for me to talk about something I don't do.
Right. Yeah. Let me look into that. I'll look into it and see who I know I can think of that ships heavy things on a regular basis.
I know way back when I did a show, and I forgot I didn't even mention it then, but I had the Dino dump on. I want to say it was 2 years ago now, since I started the shows in 2014, and he was doing it for the arts because he used to work for the museum, so he would have to ship art and stuff like that. So that's
so he would do a lot of freight though, right? Freight.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. So that may be what the person needs to do for eBay sales, do the freight through Greyhound or
right
to do it.
Right, yeah, that would be a good one. Let me look around and see if I can think of anybody that does a lot of shipping of large things over quite a bit of time. So let's see what we got in the chat here.
Oh, we got the orange elephant. Is that
hey, Brock, how are you?
I thought he was Orange Elephant 153. He had a number after his name.
He used to. Maybe he just changed it up.
Oh, okay, so it is him. Well,
that's Brock. Brock and/or family. So, yeah, let's see. What's your price? Yeah, for shipping. So, you are an inspiration to sellers, Chris. That's what Kathy Farbaugh says. So,
well, thank you.
And they want to know how your wife is doing.
She's doing better than she was on Monday.
Good. We're glad to hear that.
What day was it? Thursday. Because I went, she had the doctor's appointment and she couldn't eat anything for almost 2 days.
Oh.
So, except for broth type of food. So, let's just say she was glad when she was done with her appointment, even though they took a lot shorter than they told us it was going to be. They told me they told her roughly 4 hours, counting the process and the recovery times. And They pushed me out at like 9:15. We were there by 7:30. They got her in. They pushed me out by 9:15 out of her room because they were getting ready to take her to wherever they were going to do the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
9:30, the receptionist came and said, "You're here with Roxy, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." Well, you can go back to follow me. And they brought me back to the room, her recovery room. So in 18 minutes, she was done.
Instead of 4 hours.
Yeah. So by the time she finally got done, and had to take the meds and stuff, it was 10 o'clock at like 10:30. So we went over and we went and had lunch. We ordered lunch at 10:30 at the cafe across the street.
Mm-hmm. I bet she was ready to eat after
Yes,
2 days. Wow, after 2 days of not eating, that would, yeah.
So we're gonna get something in the mail in a couple weeks, letting us know if they found anything or whatnot. So.
No, very good.
And yeah, so the wife's looking at me like, "Why are you talking about Mike?"
Yeah, why are you talking about me, damn it?
I'm talking about you, dear, because they're concerned about you.
Yep, they asked, not me. Obviously, Chris doesn't care. He didn't ask.
Okay, we have a question. You got a question here from PAGH Picks.
Yeah. He says, if you ship FedEx SmartPost, where does the postage come out of? PayPal? And does it apply to the account after delivery?
From what I've heard, I can't guarantee it. This is based on what Chad said. So if you want confirmation, talk to Chad. He does the home delivery sometimes, or FedEx. They take it out of your eBay. It goes onto your eBay fees thing. They add it there. And sometimes they add more than what they actually quote you for your price.
Right, and it's at the end of the month. It doesn't go right on your eBay account. At the end of the month, when they start to do their eBay, you'll see a big plop of FedEx. Like if you do more than one, it all shows up at the tail end. So one day your eBay fees may run at about $50 or something like that, and then all of a sudden you'll do a bunch of FedEx things, and it'll look like it's going to be 50, and then near the end of that billing cycle, they'll dump all the FedEx fees on there. So maybe, whatever, so go up to 75. So that kind of scares a lot of people. So just make sure you remember that any postage that goes through FedEx will be billed at a later date on your eBay account.
And we had a question from Glenn. He was asking if anybody sold any Hatchimills. And Chicago Crown Hospital said that he did. For $174.99 with free shipping in less than 24 hours.
$175, huh? Wow. Yep, I just stay away from that madness. I don't, I'm not too good on the flip of the week or whatever, the flash in the pan, whatever you want to call them. So
the holiday hot toy. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, if I happen to have them, or if I happen to see them at the thrift store for some reason that they're there, then I'd probably pick them up. But I don't go out of my way to do any kind of retail arbitrage on them.
Yeah, we want standing in a line, fighting for them.
Right? Yeah, I'm not gonna fight for anything. It's not that important to me.
Oh, life's better than trying to fight for toys.
Right. So let's see. Sharky Mom Deals asks you, what is your average listings per week, and how many listings are in your store?
Right now, I have 201 listings in my store. We actually got 4 more up this past week. We don't have a set schedule because of what's going on in our lives. So we sit there and list when we can. And I list some stuff on Facebook when I'm not doing it on eBay. Like I have 2 houses, Christmas houses out on Facebook right now. Now I got a couple of local good bids going on. One's at $5 already, and the other one's at like $4. So, and those are part of the ones that we got from my in-laws for free.
That's always good.
But so I don't have an average weekly listing, even though I do the weekly challenge in the group. and I put 1 to 10. And that way, if I even get one, then next week, if I get two, I beat myself. That's the way I look at it. I'm not trying to. That's counting anywhere I list. That's why I put it in a lot of times in the group. I say anywhere in it, unless you wanted to do specifically for eBay. Let me know. You want it for Amazon? Let me know. I'll try to break it down that way. And if I don't sell there, I'll put 0, or I won't even do it. No, you guys just all quick put your own self out there so you can say compete against myself.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So let's see what else we got here. They're talking a little bit about the Hatchimals still. Chicago Crown Hustler said it was pretty easy, so that's awesome. It's just not what I wanted to do. So let's see. That's okay. Very good. So do you, again, I'm going to ask any questions in the chat for either Chris Carone, aka the Walking Picker, or Dwayne Hale, the Mothership Products. We're kind of open books tonight. We don't have a huge topic list to talk about. We kind of decided to kind of do a little bit of just talking with the chat and reintroducing ourselves, and got a couple of little things later.
And also announcing that we are going to be changing the shows around. Like I said it last week, but I keep reiterating so that way people that like the R show have a night that they can say, okay, well now they're going to on such and such a day, they're going to be back on Sundays, and that way they don't go looking for this R show on a Wednesday night after December.
Very good. Well, going on Grumpy, it depends on who you're talking to. Going on Grumpy asks, how did you meet your wife?
We met online.
And I met.
I was in the chat room. She was having problems trying to talk to other females, and I just happened to PM and say, and I answered my question, the question in my way I would have, and she just started talking. And months later, she moved up to New York to meet me, and we've been together since. So she said she's stuck in the mud with me.
And let's see, I met my wife at a bachelor party. She was not the stripper. They came in later. She was actually the maid of, or one of the, let's see, it was my brother's bachelor party, and then his wife crashed it, and she worked with my wife. My sister-in-law worked with my wife, so she brought her to the bachelor party after the entertainment had left. So, and it's actually a funny little story. Is the day after my brother-in-law got married, we were at my sister-in-law, house, and I asked my wife to marry me, but it was purely false. All I said is, man, they get all these presents and stuff for just getting married. Why don't we just get married? And then, it's kind of ironic that here it is. Let's see, how many years? I better not mess this up. 98. So since 98, I asked my wife to marry me on the second time I met her, but it was purely fictitious. And here we are today. So
let's see. I saw another question.
No, see, Tanya you met yours at a bachelorette party. Now he was the stripper though, right? He was the Chippendale stripper, and you just grabbed a hold and didn't let go, right, Tanya?
Well, and just so everybody knows, when I met my wife, she was living with her mom and dad because of medical issues that she was going through then. So, but her parents had certain rules for the house. So, in order for her to talk to me, she would actually tell the mom that I was her therapist.
Whoa. Wow. You had to lie and say that your boyfriend was your therapist?
Well, because you gotta remember, her mom is the type that doesn't believe, like, if you lived under her roof, 9 o'clock at night, everything was shut down. No matter what
Right.
age you were. You could, if you were out of town, you had to find somebody else somewhere else to sleep. You weren't back
Wow.
in the house by that time.
And how old was she?
In their 30s.
Oh my. That's pretty strict. Um, I don't know if I that yeah, that's pretty strict. So, but you know, again, it's their house, their rules. So you got to play by their rules.
Exactly. That ties right into the business because everybody that says, well, eBay should do this, eBay, why am I getting removed or Amazon's kicking me off? Because you didn't follow the rules. It's their
Right.
house.
Yep.
They're
Yep.
the
Their
moms and the
platform.
daddies and the granddaddies and all the.
That's exactly right. It's their sandbox. You got to play by the rules, or you pick up your ball and go home. Hey, Turtle Trader, how are you? You just came in. So, oh yeah, Sharky Mom Deals had a question for us. Chris and Dwayne, what is your one biggest hurdle to building your business? What's yours, Chris?
Oh, right, mine. I was just trying to get everything situated. So, besides the fact that what's going on with her and my own disabilities, we can't necessarily do 10 listings a day or 20 listings a day. Like, I don't want to say normal people because we are normal. It's just life is in the way of our plans. So we can't, and with us getting certain help, I can't sit there and push to have. I wanted to go back on Amazon. I wanted to do Etsy. It's like, but we have to worry about if I push too hard, am I going to all of a sudden lose the aid or the help? I want that. But what if all of a sudden, a month later, everything crashes? And they say, well, you've got your own business. You got this. You don't need the help. I don't want to sit there. So it's like a catch 22. I want to better myself, but if I do, what's the chances of things crashing and making it worse?
Right, and it's unfortunate that our system works that way. That it's you either get it or you don't. There's no prorated, um, for that type of stuff. It's that's unfortunate. My wife, when I met her, she was a single mom, and she got a 25-cent raise at where she was at the craft store she was working, and that bumped her off of bumped her son off of the child's health care. So it was kind of like, well, with a small raise like 25 cents, when you're going to take away $400 worth of, or $400 or $500 worth of programs to help, instead of prorating and say, okay, now you make a little bit more, we'll give you a little less, and kind of work it down to so that people can actually work to get off. It's kind of a broken system, unfortunately.
We kind of talked about this when we had Henry on, when we were talking about working with disabilities, because that's part of the. I mean, yes, I know Social Security has their work program or whatever, but I still don't know how it would.
You still there?
What you got to talk to this person? I just came from them.
Yeah, exactly. It's always a game too. It always seems like they have somewhere for you to go. They don't have the answer.
All right, Henry, I'm
Yeah,
getting
it's
to your
crazy.
question in a minute.
Yeah, we'll get there. I think he was just trying to make sure we saw it. So, let's see.
I'm just letting him know because I know.
Hello, sorry.
All right,
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm reading.
Yep. Okay, Robin has a question, I guess. That's how perfectly
Okay.
it's Robin. She's trying to give us her name. I kept thinking she was talking to somebody
Oh,
else.
okay. I thought so too. I thought she was saying she was addressing Robin, whoever that was. Okay.
Okay, well, I'll let you copy and paste her question before we get, and I'll read Henry's question.
Okay, so what did you say? You want me to read hers?
No, I said you can copy and paste hers, and I'll read Henry's too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you read first. All right, I got you.
Henry asked if we had a lot of money, which we'd still buy and resell. I think I would, but I don't know if I would be as hard, depending where I'm living, if I had the right people around to keep me motivated to do it. Like, that's why when you were joking before the show, I said, well, why don't you try finding a house down here? Or talk about relocating to Denver, since that's where you're going this coming week to do work and stuff like that. So it's like, It's not always about the money. It's also about just having somebody or something to do it with. Not something, but I mean somebody, because even if I had it was just to help somebody else out by going with them and taking things out for them, that would satisfy me. Even though I would want money, but I mean, if they want to give me something after the fact, I'm still helping out teaching.
Mhm, mhm. Let's see if somebody dropped a load of money. Well, of course, first of all, it would depend on how much the money was, what was going on. I mean, of course, there's going to be a bunch of variables, but I would say um, I really enjoy reselling, so I think I would put some of that money towards furthering my business and in the reselling game. Again, I'm not exactly sure how much would be, talking about, but that's probably what I would do. I'd probably fit it into my budget somewhere and then make sure that I had some to spend on sourcing at another time. Looks like Margaret made it in. Alana, Drew.
Yeah, Lana had a question for me, but we'll go to Robin's question first. Robin's question was, what is on your eBay wish list as far as functions go? Me, I want an add to current sale button from the listing page.
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah, that would be a very handy little button. Man, I have never thought about that. Um, what about you, Chris? Well, I'm thinking.
I'd want to be able to actually message the buyer like we do on Facebook, and
Hmm.
still have them be able to read it. Because if you're sitting there waiting, if they send you a message and say you're out and about, you can't respond right away. Well, if you do
Mhm.
a private message and you have the app or whatever, you can sit there and answer the question while you're on the go or while you're working in your area. Instead of sitting there
Mhm.
waiting for each time for eBay to say new message, new message, new message. Because by the time you wait too long, you're like, okay, are they getting back to me or are they done? You don't know until you get no more messages back. As long as you're doing private message later on, you can instead sending another message to them. You can say, did I? Is there anything I can do, or are you still thinking about what we've talked about? That way, you can still your customer service to get more, possibly get more sales.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't know what I would do. Honestly, I kind of caught me off guard because I'm pretty good with what happens now. I can't think of anything. Um, I do wish that there was and I know there is one, but I wish it was actually in eBay, a duplicate listing checker. I have the one that's on the outside, uh, and I do use that. But it would be nice if once in a while you could just quickly, check your thing and make sure you didn't relist something. Or um, actually, I know one. One of my problems that I had here recently is I had a quantity problem, and when I went to sell similar, the quantity problem, I didn't catch the fact that that I had less than the original listing. So if there was a way for them to do that, that would have been for me to catch that. But it was just my own fault. So
And Drew says he would want them to have negative feedback back for the seller because they took that away.
that,
Well, we can't do any negative to a buyer that's trying to scam us or anything like that. Not that I've had any scammers yet, but
right, and yeah, I think that there should be a way to to hold. Oh, I know one. Okay, see, now you get me thinking. I can think of all kinds. Um, I think there should be an automatic payment when you do a best offer. If you make an offer, just like if you were to buy something outright, like buy it now, you should have to pay right then. Not put in a best offer, then wait 3 days and then pay. I think you should, when you purchase, you pay.
yeah, especially I would say that, especially when now you're allowed, when you do the best offer, they let the 48 hours go, and if or not the best offer, but the unpaid assistant, make it If you don't,
Right.
if you accept and then they don't pay or whatever, then it becomes an unpaid. Or no, if they accept and then they don't pay, it becomes unpaid, and they still that automatically opens. So why can't they
Exactly. Why not just pay now?
Payment comes through,
Yeah.
or they can talk to PayPal about okay, after a certain amount of time, automatically deduct what was the agreed upon price was. That way, once they get the notice, especially if they have it on their phone, they're gonna be like, wait a minute, why is this money going out? Oh, wait a minute, I didn't know. I didn't agree to. Well, I did accept that. And then I might finally click in, start paying attention to what you're doing. I know everybody's not on the phone or on their computer all the time, but if you're gonna ask for a deal, be ready when it's accepted in or when you're type of thing.
Right. I'm answering something here.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, I'm going to answer Alana's question because I know it's for me, not you. She asked, what is the white thing hanging on the wall behind me? Well, it's actually just a curtain because this part of the house has this not necessarily comfortable when it gets certain cold or the wind kicks in because the window things are not closed all the way. They seem to open up every once in a while when the right gust of wind comes through. So we have to try to keep it as nice and warm as we can in this house. So I put as much as I can and still at least look presentable since I'm doing the show from this location.
Oh, she actually wants to know what's the thing with the cord. You've gotten more questions about that than I think any other thing.
What is cord here?
Oh yeah, you do have a new cord. What the hell?
This one is because it's for the phone app camera 360 for iOS. So when our old phone, I tried using this to take pictures. And because I was having a hard time holding onto the phone and taking the pictures. I don't know if it's going to be working with the new phone, but I figured I was going to attempt to try doing more work of the pictures type of thing. And that's what this is. This other cord, you want me to hit it? There you go. That answers your question. It's my life.
So let's see. What do I have behind
that question?
What do I have behind me that's white? Oh, I have my my little saying that I have. So that says, "Dreams don't work unless you do." So, other than that, I don't have anything white behind me. All right, let's see. They're talking about dumpster diving, and if you guys haven't seen two ladies that you would never think would ever dumpster dive, Margaret from Texas Scout Treasures and Tanya in open-toed shoes goes dumpster diving. So it's pretty entertaining, and she's talking. They're just learning, so they'll learn all the getting gloves and closed-toe shoes. And I can't wait till one of them actually gets in and has a hard time getting out. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Okay, we have a comment from PGH Picks that agrees with you. Also no fee. He says also no fees on shipping charge. There's a problem with that. The shipping charges were added because of people that used to do 99 cents and $25 shipping on an item that they wanted $26 for. Right. So they would only have to pay the 99-cent fee instead of paying for the full amount. Granted, it hurts when it takes the 10% out of your shipping price, but they got to do something in order to curtail people from taking advantage and not paying them what they deserve.
Right. So, yeah, I don't think that'll ever go away because there's always somebody that knows how to work or figure out a way to work the system. And in theory, it really didn't make a difference. You have to, because you adjust your price for shipping anyway. So the way to get around that, of course, is to offer free shipping. Then you just add it to your original price and it gets taken out there instead. So it's kind of a loop, but
well, that's another thing. If you really want to think about it, you can. I don't know if I don't do it, but if you wanted to raise your shipping price a little bit, because they're already raising the prices in a couple of months in January again anyway. But if you add them a little bit more that way you can cover that 10% fee, and you still have enough to actually pay the rental. But we're also getting a discount from eBay if you do the labels through eBay, so you're not really paying. You're giving the 10%. Is still covering your discount.
Right, and it's it's just a different way of paying it. You're still paying it either way, or you were paying it before. So, and now, yeah, like you said, with the what do you call it, discounts and such. So, man, maybe I should go dumpster diving again. It's been a long time since I've been dumpster diving. I have to go with somebody that's what strong enough to lift me back out when I get stuck inside, which is kind of funny.
The wife wants me to start taking walks over to the Rent-A-Center dumpster to see if there's any boxes. And I'm like, but I don't know if we're allowed to do dumpster diving in this town. I don't necessarily want. We did it when they put food. They didn't put it in the dumpster. They put it next to it. We picked it up and walked it right home to right there. The store's right there.
Mm-hmm.
But Rent-A-Center is different, and I don't know if there's actually a rule, a law about it, and I don't want to get us in trouble because we're kind of having to walk back around because they fenced off where we used to cut in and out to take buses. We have to take the long way around.
Yeah, one of the things that I really enjoyed, and I went to a Barnes and Noble and went dumpster diving in there once, and the way they do is they throw a lot of books away, but you can't sell them because they rip the cover off. I guess for the way they buy from their supplier, they rip the covers off, and anything that's destroyed, they send the covers back and get some kind of credit for. So, but it's a good way to get books for yourself. As long as you don't mind having a book with no cover. So, let's see, what do we got here? Hey, Thrifty Treasures, have ever see by the boys in blue. Tanya, I think he's asking if you've ever been busted by the police. So, oh, yep, Turtle Trader said police. Okay, so.
Parrot has always heard GameStop was a great place to dumpster dive. I wouldn't be able to try there because our GameStop was in the mall.
Oh, wow.
So.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever did that. I've ever done a GameStop. One of the places I went, and I got a lot of good things. Oh, here's a dumpster diving tip for all you guys. Go right after Christmas, like the next week after Christmas. Find out when the trash schedule is, because a lot of people get a ton of returns after Christmas, and some companies, they can't resell them, so all they do is write them off and throw them away. I went one year to a Ross, and I found all kinds of stuff new in the box still. I have on a clock. I found a bunch of kitchen utensils and stuff with that were still wrapped. It's just that, and I found at that time it was a transmitter so that you could listen to your Bluetooth phone through your car radio. Before that became like pretty common. So, but yeah, that's a good time to go, is right after Christmas and the trash day after, because they're not allowed to sell a lot of things, or different companies aren't allowed to sell things, so they just write them off and throw them away. So. And
let me ask you a question of the viewers since there's no more questions yet that I can see. We're sitting here talking before the show about what's it called, the Wednesday night show, once we change that over on Wednesday in January, because we're not having the show. Wait, yeah, we're not having January to be the first time we'll have a new show on a Wednesday night. So I was thinking about a name, and my wife said, "Heck no." Dwayne said, "Heck no." Well, he didn't say heck no. He laughed at it. Because I thought, since it's Wednesday, I'd call it weekly, midweek musings or something to that effect. So, if you have a name that you want to think we should have, give us some ideas. Because Dwayne's idea was reseller rant.
I thought that was, because it's kind of an opinion show about things that have gone on in the groups or in our lives that have really, pissed us off, or we just need to vent about sometimes, or just, So I figured it was a good a rant. So, oh wow, friends with benefits, really? I don't know about that.
Yeah, makes it a little surprised. Yes, Mike, we are changing the schedule. I'm bringing the our show back to Sundays, which is what it was originally started on, and then we're gonna do this type of show on Wednesdays in January. And so we're gonna try to change. That's why I want to come up with a new name, and I want to have it be catchy, but also let you. I don't know if I'm gonna have titles on Wednesdays or not. Our show, I'm probably just gonna get rid of the live part and put the our show in. The West said that's not necessarily a good idea either. But since I was originally on Sundays as the R show, I don't want to just get rid of the Sunday night part. I had to got used to that name too.
Yeah. Wow, looks like everybody's got all kinds of stuff.
Chicago Counts is just the tips, and yeah, but the tips can be anything.
Oh well, we can always put them all on a paper and decide. Suave eBay sellers. I don't know if we're very smooth. Are you smooth? I'm not very smooth.
No. Let's see. Midweek resolution.
That's not bad. Hump Day Hammer Time. Resell Mafia Group.
No, that would be a group because it has to be more than two of us on the show in order to make it a group.
Right. Let's see. Hump Day Hoedown. Yeah. I commented back on that.
Wednesday, Andy said Wednesday ramblings.
The reseller's bitch. That's not very good.
No, I also like to have a name that draws people in. That's why I'm trying to. Because I notice a lot of viewers, all of you, have a lot of different videos out. I only do the 2 shows a week, so I know that's part of why I don't have my subscribers base too high. But I'm okay with that. But I want to have something that might draw somebody new in that, like, wait, what's the name of this show? I have to do selling, and watch it. So
right. So Atlanta, the way we're doing it currently is the Wednesday night is the guest night, the R show, and at the end of the year we're going to move that to Sunday. So we'll have guests on Sunday, and then our Sunday night show is more of our opinion, our finding out what's kind of going on in the reselling community, and we're going to move that to Wednesday. So we're just kind of switching, but at the same time, we're going to change the name since.
We already have a guest signed up for Sundays, but we still got to work it out with him. And he's in the chat right now. And he said Sundays are best for him to be a guest anyway.
Right.
That's one reason why we wanted to change it. It felt like guests make it easier to get in or have time to be on a Sunday.
Speaking of that, Mike, the learning curve, there's already April Buchanan's group is called the Resellers Learning Curve. So that wouldn't work. Complaint corner. I don't know, Drew. That sounds kind of
We're not
negative.
Complaining.
It kind of is, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, I think you were saying that because of what you said about us having things to gripe about.
Sure. Yeah, no, I agree.
Every once in a while, we'll have a gripe, or we'll do a big rant like I did a couple weeks ago. But it was more, we still want to have enough topics that's why we're trying to break it. I want to break it down like we've done this when we had more than one topic. So at least having 3 or 4 topics, that way 15 minutes per topic, depending on how hot the topic is, if it won't take a whole show.
Right. So there's a Chicago Crown Hustler put, welcome to the Cha-Ching show thing with Mothership Products and your host, Walking Picker. So that's pretty good, yeah. Excuse me.
Let's see. Grumpy says, Etsy by the water, eBay by the water cooler. Well, it's kind of hard because we do talk about Amazon every once in a while or other selling sites. So just eBay. I mean, I realize I put eBay in the title tonight, but that's because a lot of people search eBay. But
Yeah.
the show does talk about Etsy. We talk about Amazon and stuff like that. So
this is true.
I don't want to speak.
Wow, they got.
Even though I don't sell on Amazon as much anymore or at all, I want to still be able to have people on or talk about that topic because there are people out there that sell there that are basically only there. So if I'm gonna have that topic, I want them to be able to say, okay, what are they talking about today on Amazon?
Wow, we got quite a few good, possibilities. So we'll take it into consideration and figure out what me and Chris, or well, probably more Chris than me. We'll figure it out though. Reseller review, resellers rant. Let's see.
No, it's not gonna be a great group.
Yeah, it's not a great group.
Once in a while, we'll have things like if something goes on in my life that I have to get off my chest, I will do it.
Yep. It's not going to be any. The content probably won't change any or very little. It's just changing Jay's. Oh, Rocky Mountain Picker Show. That wouldn't be too bad because you're on one side of the Rockies. I'm on the good side. I mean, the other side. The cha-ching thing.
We'll think about it because
we got some pretty good ones.
We'll ask again before the end of the month. Like I said, we're not changing anything until on Wednesday until January, whatever week that is, January 3rd.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to look.
Well, New Year's is that Sunday because Christmas is on a Sunday too.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, that's right.
So New Year's we're just gonna have our special show type of thing. Like I did way back when I had a holiday we had a Christmas party, I think it was. Like the week before or the Sunday before. So instead we'll end the season with everybody see if I can get a couple people to come on as guests just to hang out and shoot the breeze type of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. We should probably start finding out about that soon since it's the beginning of December and holidays are always a hard time to schedules with people. So maybe we can start coming up with a list of people and getting some names out, requests if they want to show up. So
yeah, I know I want to ask, but I know someone may not want to go on at the same time, so I don't know if we're going to do a rotating type of thing or if we just have a panel and that's it.
Well, all you can do is figure out how the best way to do it is and who you want on the show and figure it out that way. So let's see. It looks like the two biggest names, something to do with Cha-Ching, the Cha-Ching show, Cha-Ching thing, something like that. That seems to be a pretty popular one. And then the Rocky Mountain Pickers show.
How about rocking Cha-Ching?
Rocking Cha-Ching, the Rocky Cha. I don't know. Again, those are
So it's just a CD show with Chris and Dwayne.
Yeah, the only problem with that is he'd have to change the name if I bail on him or he gets tired of me and kicks me to the curb. So, but yeah, I mean, we're changing things up just to see how things go. So, hold on one second.
You're done?
No. My wife's asking me, "Are you done yet?" No.
We're almost done. We got another minute.
Yeah, we got a few more minutes. So, yeah, it looks like the Cha-Ching show seems to be the crowd favorite right now. So, but we'll ask you again and get some more opinions. You guys have any other questions for the walking picker, Chris Carone, or me?
And the reason you're not able to see for anybody that watches later, for some reason, the Google Hangout toolbox keeps giving me an error, so I cannot do my name underneath my name underneath me like Dwayne does.
Yeah, something he's on an update or something. He lost that ability. We'll have to figure it out sometime. We'll redo that. But see, I told you, 1 hour.
Yeah,
Wasn't even a struggle.
Well, a
You
little
know,
bit. But,
it's amazing how easy it is to talk to. Especially the group we have in the chat now. We can talk for an hour, and it's like, doesn't seem like very long at all. So.
well, after Chicago, you say the Sunday night cha-ching thing, but we're talking about Wednesday night. The Sunday night will be called Sunday Night R Show again.
Right. So the Wednesday night cha-ching thing. Again.
Well,
Alvin Smith has a question before. You're trying to beat us right at the end, huh? What accounting software do you use?
I don't use any.
I use, when you say accounting, I use a combination of just PayPal, the register, and I have a spreadsheet for inventory and sales and stuff like that. So it's nothing crazy. I came up with it myself. It uses Excel, and it gets the job done for me. And I'm trying to convert Chris to a spreadsheet, which I'll get him eventually. He'll realize that it's something well needed and it's not that much work. So, but I don't use anything. If I was to ramp up my business more, then I would definitely use what's it called now? GoDaddy, or is that what it's called now?
Yeah.
Okay, the GoDaddy bookkeeping, because that syncs with all the different accounts, and that's a way to track expenses as well. So.
And Henry wants to know the usual question.
It's up to you.
Well, I don't know how many people are be interested in coming in, so
let's ask how many people would come in if we had an after show, other than Glenn and Henry, of course.
We already know. We know the first two will be in our group. In the after show.
Always. Yeah. Alana says that GoDaddy stinks because it doesn't collect. Yeah. Alana, that is true. It can't be. GoDaddy is not a standalone inventory and expense calculator. It's just good for what you spent on your card. So you would need an inventory as well of some sort. Parrot Head said he would go. Glenn would. Carol. Let's see. I'm up for it for a few minutes, maybe. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, well, you're already getting asked by your wife when we're done, so I think she needs you for something.
Nah, she doesn't. She wants me to cook dinner.
She needs you for something. See, I told you.
That's all right.
And the last question we'll answer is from Going on Grumpy. She said, "What do you do when there's no motivation to list?"
Oh wow, well, we could do a whole show.
Is to get the motivation to list, because as long as you're making sales, you can have reason to keep adding things to your list.
For me, like I said, that's an entire show question right there. In fact, I think we've had a show on it. But,
I know I had just in Startron one time for motivation.
Yeah, it's that's one of the hard things about this business is keeping yourself motivated. I think a lot of people look to some of the Facebook groups. For example, Tanya does a listing challenge, as well as Chris puts a listing challenge in the Reseller Society, and then Tanya's is on her page on just trying to help motivate people to, hey, let's do 10 before bedtime, or how many are you going to do this week, and challenge yourself. I understand I'm kind of stuck too, because I've been out of the groove for a while. What I plan on doing tomorrow is just picking up the first thing close to me and making a draft of it. Yeah, exactly. Tanya, the slave driver, because she's very motivated. And if you talk to her, it's really helped her business because of how much she lists right now. So that's kind of what I do, is I go out and I talk to people that do things, similar to what we do, whether it's on one of the different channels or whatever. And, like I said, tomorrow I just plan on picking up whatever closest to me and deciding, okay, I'm either listing this, or I'm donating it, or I'm throwing it away. One of the three. I'm not, I've got to trim down all my crap here, especially if I'm planning on moving. So that's what I plan on doing, but it's going to be different for every person, unfortunately, Barb.
Okay, well, with that all being said, I want to thank everybody for watching. And of course, Dwayne, thanks for being my co-host as usual. Hopefully we answered some of the
Absolutely.
questions for people that were out there. And if not, you can always ask us again when we have another show. We'll do our best to answer them if we're not too far behind on topics or anything like that. So
Right.
we look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday night when we have Resale Rabbit on. And if you're going to come into the hangout, after show hangout, I will be posting the link in the chat here. So, Henry, you better not have gone anywhere yet, Mr. Good night, whatever you said. So,
Right. So also, you know, if you like our content, give us a thumbs up, and tell somebody else to come watch our show. You know, somebody that might be interested in what you're doing, because sometimes the best advertising is just word of mouth. So,
all right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We will see you Wednesday night if we don't see you in the after show.
absolutely. See ya.